I buy something that's by a new artist. I still buy stuff by the same artists that have been putting records out for 25, 30 years. It's not very often I buy something by someone completely new. The last CD that I bought that was by a new band was Evanescence, and I can't even remember the name of the album now, but I just love that girl's voice. It just makes the hairs on my arms stand up. And it's one of the few records that I've bought specifically for the vocals, you know. And but that's it. Nothing else really recent.
I think we're in love with the classic sound. So
exactly.
A lot of the newer bands don't have that same sound that we might have grown up with. So.
I know, because there's a lot of unsigned bands out there with classic rock sound, and I think for some reason there's a lot more hunger for the older music. If you get what I mean. I mean, what are your views on that? Is there anything in America that has that classic rock sound?
Us.
Fair enough.
We're in a class by ourselves. Doesn't necessarily mean we're good, but we're definitely one of the few people doing it.
But I mean, you think about the tribute band craze, right? All those bands are honoring bands from the 70s or 80s. They're not playing newer bands necessarily.
Which kind of, shows their frustration. They can't go out and get good gigs playing the style of music that they actually love to play, unless they do it as a tribute to somebody else. And I think that's gotten completely out of control. I thought it was a novelty at first. I went out, there's a few tribute bands I go and see. Now I just think it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Not kind of sad, actually very sad. That it's the way it's gotten so huge. In LA you got like landmark venues like the Whiskey and the Roxy, and they're putting tribute bands on. That's just wrong.
Yeah.
But I think it's turned the corner, because it's definitely going down. When you look in the LA Weekly and the San Diego Reader now, it's not nearly as much. But here it still seems to be that way. That's kind of.
I wish those bands would put the same energy into writing original music.
Yeah. But they probably find the frustration that they can't get gigs then. And then that again reflects what we were talking about earlier.
Whereabouts are you playing in the UK? Where's your tour?
Hopefully Sheffield.
I see. We are going to be playing at the Boardwalk in Sheffield tomorrow. Do you want me to read this? Okay, get a pen, Graham, and write this down. We are going to be playing June 28th at the Boardwalk in Sheffield, the Doll's House, which is in Abertillery, Gwent, which is, I guess, South Wales, June 29th, the Royal Standard in Walthamstow, London, on June 30th, the Brook on July 1st, Southampton, and I'm going to make special mention, UFL, my favourite band, are playing there the night before. Then we've got a day off, and then on the 3rd we're at the Waterfront in Norwich, another day off. On the 5th we're at the Diamond in Sutton in Ashfield. We're making notes, writing this down.
You actually covered this there.
July 6th, the Twist in Colchester. July 7th, the Riga Music Bar in Southend. July 8th, the Stables in Milton Keynes, which I believe is a theatre. That's the only bona fide theatre on the tour. July 10th, 12 Bar, Swindon. July 12th, Comedia in Brighton. That's Comedia with a K, for those not knowing that. Okay. July 13th, the Night Owl Club in Cheltenham. And then July 14th, Junction 7 in Nottingham. Did I just read that wrong? Cheltenham and then Nottingham.
Yeah.
There you go.
So go and see him, people. Right, and...
That was beautiful.
Wonderful. You sound so English.
I've been working on it. I've been here over a week and a day, so I'm working on the English accent.
Yeah.
Topo what?
Sounds good.
What? American humour or British humour? Which one do you prefer?
Depends. I love humour.
Good humour.
Good humour, yeah, exactly.
Do you like the Monty Python?
And not the ice cream.
No, not really.
Really?
Definitely. Holy Grail, for sure.
Yeah.
Not so much.
You
I go way back.
I like Seinfeld.
Theatre.
Do you guys get Seinfeld over here? No. You don't?
No. We don't
That's
get a lot
good
of stuff
American
that you
humour.
Americans have. And for a bit of fun, because it's a tradition that Angel and Metal ends on a funny note, most embarrassing moments.
Pretty much this. I'm just
Okay. Go on.
Go around.
Go on.
Who else is?
Let Val do some.
Oh, I don't reveal embarrassing moments.
I try to keep them within the context of which they occurred.
Well, it won't go any further than this room. I guarantee
and that camera.
And that camera.
You know what? I've never had any embarrassing moments.
You're too cool.
Yes.
No dropping sticks on stage or anything?
I hit myself in the eye before with the stick while I was playing.
And me as well.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, there's chunks of wood go flying, but that's that kind of left me one-eyed there, but figure if Rick Allen can do it with one arm, I can do it with one eye.
On this tour, a few bum notes for sure, and then trying to start a song without turning the volume up on the guitar. Pretty sad.
Damn.
It's happened.
I don't have any.
No, get out.
That's
Come on.
Can't think of anything.
Nothing at all?
No.
No? Nothing?
No. Well, just mistakes. Things like Dirk said, bubbles, mistakes.
Yeah.
And I got 3.
This is Anthony, everybody.
This is Sam Murphy at the Riffs.
Sorry to interrupt.
That's all right.
Have you got any, Bob?
Yes, I have one.
Go on.
It was embarrassing for the whole band. A place called the Brown Derby in L.A. I was playing a computerized keyboards. Computers suck.
Right.
And we had a power glitch, and I had to reboot the computer 3 times on stage while the people in the audience looked at me like I was dumber than the computer, and I was. And so what can I say? Yes, that was very embarrassing.
Oh, dear.
Each one of those reboots took 2 minutes. 2 to 4 minutes. 2 minutes is a really long time.
It's a lifetime. It basically disrupted the entire set.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So that's my most embarrassing moment. It was caused by me, so.
Have you got any, Graham?
Well, I don't have any at all. As you probably know, I've got a very clean history. I'm a perfectly, much a gentleman on stage. I've never ever dropped my pants. I've never taken my penis out. I've never mooned the audience. So nothing.
Never drank.
Absolutely
none of those
clean
things
as a whistle. See, we've only done a few. These guys work without me, obviously, as you know. And so they've got probably more stories than I do. But my stories are boring now because I think everybody's heard them. And they've gone down in so-called
Rock and roll history.
Yeah. So I get it comes up every time I do an interview. They ask me, what is your most embarrassing moment? I guess all of them, really. But no, I've been a very clean boy ever since about 3 years ago. So I've never dropped my pants. Is that all right? But when I did, I found out how much of a fool I was by doing that. But it made the audience laugh. I remember we were doing some shows in the States with Ted Nugent, and it was a very big audience, a rather large audience. And our sound kind of went out right in the middle of the show. I was with a band. My band was called Alcatraz at the time. And there was this big audience. The sound went, nothing. So I stood there, and the other guys were panicking. So what did I think was the best thing to do? And stood there for about 3 minutes doing this. And then after the show, the guys in the band said, "Did you realise that the promoter's little girl is here? She's 4." And she was out in the audience, and I'm saying, "Oh my God, I did that." But they laughed. The audience laughed, and the guy didn't say anything to us afterwards. But I seem to remember doing that and feeling very foolish at the time. But that was a memorable moment.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it. What else would you do? No sound, nothing at all. What would you do? Doesn't everybody do that?
I don't know, you tell me.
There's something about dropping my pants. It must be from watching too much Benny Hill, I think, in the past or something. I'm not quite sure.
Is there any links on MySpace that the people at home can check out? Links?
TazTaylor.com.
Yeah.
And the MySpace link is right off of that.
Yeah.
Cool. I'd like to thank you guys for doing this little interview, and all the best on the tour.
Yeah.
It looks like you've got a busy schedule.
Reasonably, yeah. I'm not looking at myself in a minute. Yeah.
Okay, so Age of Metal, the Taz Taylor Band. Keep it loud.
Thank you.
Maybe.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.